Hey everyone, today I'm going to be playing through my brand new song Crystal Sun. Then afterwards I'm going to be breaking it down piece by piece so that you can learn it at home. So grab yourself a guitar and let's do it. I dropped my pick. Alright, so to start off, this song is in the key of A. So anyone who knows scales and modes and stuff like that, you can have some fun and do some improv stuff with that. But for people who have kind of beginners, intermediate, or whatever, who aren't familiar with scales and all that, I'm just going to show you exactly how I play my parts of this song. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, is I'm going to be showing you exactly what I played in the playthrough, rather than just all the parts. I'm just going to show you that part there so you can have something to play with. So, like I said, the song is in A, so first note is going to be A. So what you're going to want for the very beginning of the song is a clean channel with a little bit of flanger and some reverb. So it's just going to sound like this. And all of that first part is just basically what my dad would like to call a bastardized bar chord. So it's just the very top half of a bar chord. So you got your A major bar chord here. Just basically take off the bar chord, and take off your ring finger. Kind of do this motion with it, and yeah. But for people who are actually wanting to know what that is, you're on the D string. You're going to go to the A octave. So right there is your A on the D, and then you're on the G, you're going to be going to your C sharp on your G, so that would be the 6th fret. So 7th fret D, 6th fret G, and then you're going to be going to your E on your B string, which would be your 5th fret. So, and then you have your other octave of the A on the 5th fret of the high E. So that there makes that chord there. And I mean, it sounds real cool and spacey and all that because of the effects and the reverb or whatever, but yeah. Even without it, it still sounds pretty. So that's all it is. That's all you're doing for the very, very first half of this song, is playing those 4 notes. I don't know why I had to count that, but I did. Yeah, so just those 4 notes. I guess technically 3 because there's the octave in there, but that's all you're going to be doing. But then afterwards, you're going to go into the first actual kind of lead guitar riff of the song, which you're going to need a distorted channel. So if you have a distortion pedal, or if you have a dirty channel on your amp or something like that, then you can just switch to that. And yeah, so the first note that you're going to slide up to on the D string will be your C, all the way up here on the D string. That would be the 10th fret on the D. So you want to slide up to that, and then I'm just going to play it real quick just so you can hear what it's going to sound like. So what that is you're going from the C on the D to the D on the D, back down to the C, down to the B. Then you're going to be switching strings to the A string on the G of the A string, so that'd be 10th fret on the A string, down to the F sharp on the A string. So altogether you got C, D, C, B, then A string, G, and then F sharp. So 10, 12, 10, 9, 10, 9. But yeah, so just real nice and slow. I'll play it a couple of times and you can play along with me. So that's that section there. So then you want to move on to the next part, which I think for a lot of mid-range kind of players will be have lots of fun with, because it's tremolo picking. So what tremolo picking is whenever you're just basically going up and down, doing up and down strokes on the same string. So you're gonna go, after you do your little, you're gonna go up to the 12th fret, so the octave of A on the A string, and then the 14th on the D. So that's what you're gonna be doing. So there's gonna be accents whenever you're doing the tremolo picking. There's gonna be accents. So what I mean by that is that whenever I say accent, that means you're going to be playing the power chord rather than just, doing that. So the very first, whenever you first get into this section, you're going to hit that accent. So the accents are going to sound like this. So the way I'm going to show you how to do this is I'm going to play it really, really slow, and then hopefully just by looking at my hands you can get an idea of what I'm doing. So it's just every accent, again, is going to be the two notes being played together. So a good way to practice this so you can, get it, is just to kind of hit the accents rather than doing the tremolos, so you can just at least get a feel. So you can try that out, and then once you think you've got the accents down, then add in the little and then I recommend practicing just that, like the rhythm technique with your, whatever your picking hand is, just to a metronome real slow, because the song is at 140 BPMs, so slow it down, even down to like 100 or whatever, just so you can really get a hang of that. And then once you do have a hang of that, then you can start working on the other, on your fingering hand. And then, yeah. So now we're going to move on to the next section of the actual, your hand that's going to be doing all the movement. So it's going to start on the A. You're going to start on the A, and then you're going to keep your finger on the 14th fret of the D string, but you're going to bring your A string note down to the 10th fret, so the G of the A. So 10th fret of the A string, and then the 14th fret on the D string. So it's gonna sound weird and dissonant if you just leave it like that, but you're gonna go from that note to that note. So what that will sound like whenever you add in your rhythm playing too, it's gonna sound like just like that. So once you get down to then you're gonna bring your pinky or whatever finger you got onto the 4th fret of the D down to the D of the D, so the 12th fret of the D. So. And then the rhythm's actually going to change a little bit at this section here. So I'll just play the part so you can hear it, and then we'll continue on. So what you're doing there is you're going from this chord to that chord to that chord. And then you're going to go down to the 9th fret of the A. So once you get to your E, then you just play your E power chord. So this is what you're doing essentially. So that concludes that section there. So now we're going to move on to the next part. So in the very beginning on the clean channel, remember I showed you you're basically going to be playing that again. So you're just going to right after I mute the first 2 notes with my hand, with the palm of my hand, just on there. And then the last 2 notes, I actually let ring out, so. And just do that, and then whenever the rhythm guitars are going to do, you're actually doing this. So you're going to grab your pinky finger, you're going to hold this shape, but then on the 8th fret of your E string, you're going to hit that, and then go down to this note. So that's all you're doing for that section there. And then after that, you're just repeats 2 more times, and then you're gonna move down to the very end of the song, which is you're just gonna hit your A power chord, add a little whammy, and then I do the little pinch harmonic, well, your little dive bomb thing there. So for the last section, again, just your A, and how I'm doing that, what you're gonna do on the 2nd fret of the guitar, on the 1st string, actually on the 3rd, sorry, but I kind of just all 3 of these strings, your D, your G, and your B, you're gonna get your harmonic So what a harmonic is you're not actually pressing down on the string or on the fret, because you want to put your finger right on top of the fret, but you're gonna just kind of hover. You're gonna be touching the string, but you're not gonna be pressing. You're just gonna be touching the string, and you're gonna begin those sounds. And again, this really works when you have a lot of high gain on your amp. It works really cool too if you have a lot of reverb dialed in and you have a bunch of delay on it too, and it just really gets that really kind of big, you know, Van Halen kind of sound with a whammy bar. But what I'm doing is I'm basically just again doing that hover thing on top of those frets, but I'm hitting pretty hard. I'm doing a really hard strum on those three strings. So downwards, just on those three strings there. I mean, obviously I'm going to hit some other strings, but it's not supposed to sound pretty. It's supposed to sound, you know, that kind of nasty kind of. And the one string that I'm hitting the most is your G string on that second fret. So, and then I'm just pulling down on the whammy bar. So, to bring it all back before we got all lost into that, really it's just your A power chord. Bringing it back just to the A. And then you're going to be doing the very first riff that we learned, but you're going to be doing the harmony, and it's going to be an octave lower. It's all fifths to the very last note. So it's going to start off on the G note, so the 5th fret of your D string. It's kind of the same pattern, so you want to get that kind of pattern. But what that is 5 to the 7 to the 5 to the 4, all on the D, down to the 5th fret of your A. So that would be your D. So your G, and then your A, back to your G, down to your F sharp, down to your D, and then down here to your C. And then the very last note is just your A again, but I do a little. So you're gonna do your little, and then really you're just gonna let go, palm mute the string so it doesn't, so it doesn't do that. So just one more time. I do kind of slide up actually. Then you're going to bring it all the way up to the 20th fret of your B string, and then you're going to be doing one of these. So then you're going to have your ring finger on that note there, and then you're going to have your index finger on the 17th fret of your E string. So, and then you're not going to bend the E, you're just going to bend the 20th fret of your B string. So you're just gonna, and you're gonna wiggle it around. Just up and down, and just slide it down. So real slow. And that's it. That's the entire song. I'm going to play through all the parts real quick, just me and my guitar playing it, no backing track, just so you can have something to play with, and just so you can hear what you'll be playing. So let's do it.